William Ruto on the political spectrum, William Ruto is getting it wrong. William Ruto thinks that, you see, by sidelining the Gikuyu people, he can come and bag some more votes from the Western Kenya. And I think that is bad, because already he started by shooting himself down. Because look at it, well, this side of the country, really we have got a massive populace, but they are just massive. And I want to give an example. Look at the Mulembe Nation today. Mulembe Nation, when we go directly onto the census report, you'll realize that Mulembe Nation are the second largest community. But when we go to the IEBC, you're going to realize that the Mulembe Nation comes almost fourth or fifth. I want to take you back to what happened between the 1st of December 2012 to the 18th of December 2012, where we had the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, pitting and saying very well that he's going to support Mudavadi to be the president. But he had to change the tact on the 18th of December 2012, immediately after the IEBC released a report on the voters that were expected to go and cast their votes. And they realized that even though the Luhya Nation are large in numbers, you realize that they come forth after Kikuyu is number one in terms of the votes. Then we have the Kalenjin. Then the third is the Luos. Then the fourth we have the Kambas. And the fifth we have the Luyas. When we go back to the same 2012, you are going to realize that in Vihiga, where we have Mudavadi, where we have Marende, we had a projection of a new votes of around 150,000. But what did they get? Around 40,000. Go to Kakamega, where there was an approximation of new voters averaging to around 200,000, and we only ended up with around 35,000. So this cannot work. Come to Luoland, the same thing always transpires. And right now we are seeing that Moses Wetangula is being a victim of the circumstance and is coming down. Already, this is going to affect the Bukusu votes. So I think William Ruto is getting it wrong, and it's only a matter of us, a matter of people coming out in one body politic and shouting no to this kind of totalitarianism. And moving forward, you are going to seriously see the biggest shock. And this is one thing that the Westerners do not want to see, the reality. That one, it is very easy to be a president in Kenya only using the three tribes, the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu plus the Meru votes. It is just enough. As opposed to getting the Luo votes, the Luhya votes, the coastal votes, the Kamba votes, the Nairobi votes, still you cannot be the president. I think that come 2027, we are going to see a shift in the paradigm shift. On to the four of the three judges that we have at the High Court of Kenya. We're wondering as to why on the submissions of Joe Aminwa in the court the other time, he really advised you and told you that you're not the only judges in Kenya. Once you've been attracted to someone to the level of being, being at the fore in someone's matrimonial issues, being there in someone's wedding, being there to always show the on, I think that justice, the first two male judges are not really adhered to ensure that there is some kind of fairness in this kind of proceedings. And moving forward, I think that the outcome of this court, because we know very well that justice should not only be served, but it should also appear to be served. It should be seen to be served. And that is one thing that we lack. How dare you be a referee in a match where one side or one team feels that they are not safe with you? They feel that you've cut some ground with the other side. I think it would just be fair for these three judges to leave this case, and to the Court of Appeal, the appellate judges, please, I think that you've heard from what has been brought to you by the battery of lawyers led by Senior Counsel Paul Muite, representing Rigathi Gachagua. And I think that it is upon you now to decide and remove the case from the High Court judges. Ensure that the case is on people who are not yet compromised. I think that the bar for the dismissal of these three judges from this case is just but one, which was already articulated by Paul Muite. They told you that if you choose to let go of these stay orders, then we will have Kithure Kindiki then sworn in, and then we are going to have a nullity of these proceedings. How again are we going to ensure that we have a clear, clean, and lean jurisprudence? It is just what we say always, that clean from the outside but very dirty from the inside. I think that Chief Justice Martha Koome should now stop gerrymandering around, should now stop the issue of playing with people's emotions, choosing not to go on the Madaraka Day celebration to give a certain perception that she is impartial. Impartiality of the Chief Justice should be seen by her actions. Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, we believe in you. We know that you are the president of the judicial system in Kenya, and that you are able to empanel another judge, another bench that is going to look at this thing impartially, with an odd number that is going to ensure that justice is served. And I think that moving forward, this is going to ensure that we as the Kenyan populace are back on track without any hates, without any kind of a pin to chew with you later on, because we know that we've come a long way with this judicial system. We worked so hard from the days when the president could fire the judges to right now when we have even a body that strictly follows the guidelines and ensures that we have a lean, fair, and professionally oriented judges in Kenya. And that is what we want to see, because at the end of the day, you are all served and furnished by the taxpayers' money of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you. And we are very much happy that indeed you have made the spirit of Francis Ogola stay put. You have decided to make the spirit of Francis Ogola remain alive, because it is through your intervention that His Excellency, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, got his security reinstated, because he did not want to meander onto the dirty politics of Kenya. Because this is the time for the military of Kenya to take charge. Because this is the time when someone wants to be a dictator. It is the time when someone wants to declare totalitarianism in this country. It is the time when someone wants to open a new bag of worms for a new century of dictatorship. You said no. And that is the reason as to why you felt it is right for Rigathi Gachagua to still enjoy the privileges as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. We salute you and we really praise you for that. It is great, and that is just but the first nail. The second nail is we want all the staff in the Deputy President's office to be reinstated. We know very well that the State House of Kenya under President William Ruto is having over 1,000 staffs. Someone like Helen Arap Kemei is in job group U, and she's earning around 850,000. That is Ruto's relative. We also have Nelson Koech, who is also there in job group I, earning around 600,000. And so many. You cannot have 1,000 relatives, your in-laws, your whatever, all the relatives there. You are employing them, and you think that Rigathi Gachagua's employees who are there, just less than 100 people who are fending for themselves, Kenyans who are legally citizens in this country, to get out just because you are killing Rigathi Gachagua. It is very unfair. What you have done to Rigathi Gachagua is not morally right, not religiously right. It is wrong and totally wrong. It is like throwing the bath water with the baby. It is not right. And I think the Kenyan military has just put you in the space where you belong. And I think that it is the best of time that we needed someone like Ochuka, because this is the time such like kind of actions need a counter action in and with a resounding force even more. This is the time to take up this country. You cannot tell us that you are one person who can kick your deputy out after canvassing for votes for you. You kick him out in his hospital bed. You kick him out when his wife is actually to celebrate his anniversary, birthday anniversary. You kick him out and immediately kick out the Speaker of the National Assembly, whom you worked with closely to kick out the Deputy President. And you think you can only be there to bring clowns to rule this country. We are Kenyan citizens. And Mr. William Ruto, you have to know that not every Kenyan is interested in politics. We have people in their different caches. We've got farmers, we've got people in their other professional lanes who are not interested in politics. We are just interested in building this nation. But we have put you there to just be an overseer on how the country is running. But you will know us, William Ruto. You will know Kenyans the very moment you start mutilating the constitution, the very way you are now watching over the abductions that are going on, the very way we are now used to the sense of if you miss in Kenya for 5 hours, the next moment you are found dead. We are asking for the bodies of our loved ones. We are not going to take that. So we are going to come out. And this message should also go to the judiciary, that if we could occupy parliament, what about judiciary? At least parliament, you are not allowed to go there. But in the judiciary, the courts, we are going to come there. We are going to occupy the judiciary, the courts, everywhere until we find our own justice. You cannot run away with facts here and there and think that you can be naysayers in the midst of totalitarianism. That is not possible. That is not allowed. And I think that moving forward, we are going to have Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. He's going to work. No one should prophesy that the relationship between Ruto and Gachagua cannot work. We don't want them to work. In fact, Ruto should work with someone like Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto does not need a clown. Ruto needs to work with someone who is able to call a spade and not a big spoon. If Rigathi Gachagua can say that Kenyans are overtaxed, what is wrong with that statement? I think your best deputy, even to those who are trying to liken this to the matrimonial divorce, I think the woman who can push you and make you a better man is the woman who is able to tell you, mister, you are wrong on this. Can't you use this other avenue? Can't we save this much to build this much? I think the best woman is one who can chastise you, who can point you at the face and tell you you are wrong so that you change. We are not going to have a slay queen as the deputy president. Never. We are not going to do that. Thank you.